All right, so the Galaxy Z Flip 5G. After using the Galaxy Z Fold 2 for so long, I didn't really think I was gonna find myself that interested in the Galaxy Z Flip 5G. But after using it for the past couple of days, this phone's actually pretty cool. What's going on, everyone? Josh Quinones here. That's right, today's video is all about the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5G. Now, I know this phone has been out, for quite some time now, so I'm a little late to the game here. But you know what? Honestly, I never really had the opportunity to really give this phone a lot of time and review it here on the channel. Yeah, I got a little bit of time with it when it was originally launched. I made a quick video about it, but that was it. I never really had the opportunity to spend a lot of time with this device. So when Samsung reached out to me asking if I wanted to check out this device here on the channel and give my thoughts, I say, you know what, heck yeah, why not? Send it on over. Let me check it out, see what I actually think about it, and then of course, share my thoughts with you guys here on the channel. And that's what we're gonna be doing over these next couple of weeks, testing out the phone to see what I really think about it. Now, this video right here, this is not a full review or anything like that. This is just kind of like a first impressions video after the first couple of days of using this device. Now, I will say, ever since I started using this phone right here, I haven't really shown any attention to my other Samsung devices. They have all been stuck here in the office since I started using this phone. I mean, I got my Note 20 Ultra right here, my Galaxy Z Fold 2 right here, which is so hard to put down, and the S21 Ultra right here. Now, this isn't to say that, the Galaxy Z Flip 5G is better than any of these other phones. This is just to say that, hey, I've actually been enjoying my experience with this device right here. Really liking the overall design of the phone. I mean, when it's completely open like this, it's kind of hard to tell what phone it is. Most people would probably think it's just a regular Galaxy S device because, I mean, you really can't tell it's a foldable device. It's kind of hard to notice the crease if you're, staring straight on at it. If you're kind of looking at the side, yeah, you could notice the crease, you could feel it, but it's when you start doing this little number right here, boom, that is the head turner right there. That's when people are gonna look and be like, hey, yo, do that again. Let me see, what kind of phone is that? That is going to be the head turner right there, boom, and I just can't get enough of that. But really liking the overall design. When it's closed like this, I mean, it is so small. It's a little tiny little square, tiny little box that is just so compact, easy to hold in the hand, really, really small. You can easily fit it anywhere. And to be honest, sometimes I forget it's in my pocket. I'll be looking around for it and then notice, oh, wait a minute, it's in my pocket. Because it's not like, a regular device like this where, if I have my S21 Ultra in my pocket, I can just fit my hand in there a little bit and I'll already start feeling the bottom of the phone. But this one, no, I actually have to stick my hand all the way down to the bottom of my pocket to be able to get this phone out of there. So really small, really compact. Now, I will say it is a bit on the slippery side. We don't have a matte finish. It is a glossy finish. Real beautiful color, by the way. This is the black. Kind of has like a midnight blue color tint to it. I don't know, but it looks really nice aside from the fingerprints that I get on there, constantly having to wipe it down. Really wish they would have brought this color out with the matte finish, but after you get it nice and wiped down, I mean, it looks really, really good. But like I said, it is a bit on the slippery side, so I do recommend maybe getting a case for it. If you do happen to get this device for yourself, I'm gonna pick up a case before I have to send it back to Samsung after the review period. I do wanna get a case to protect it during this review period. But you know what, honestly, it's a lot more durable than I thought, because going back to the slippery side of things, when I put it on my nightstand the other night, I noticed it from the corner of my eye, it started sliding over to the side. So that tells me two things. First thing, my nightstand isn't completely level. Second thing, this phone is more slippery than I thought because it started sliding off the nightstand. So I looked over, I fixed it, moved it back to the middle, and the next thing I know, it's sliding over again, boom, fell down on the hard tile floor. And I was like, oh no, oh my God, okay, I really hope this phone isn't broken, because I didn't know how durable this phone was. I didn't know if it was durable or not, but you know what? After looking around, really giving it a good look, I didn't notice any scratches, any cracks, so it's a lot more durable than I thought. Another situation I had where I was trying to record this same exact video yesterday, just didn't end up working out for me, so that's why I'm doing it again today. But I was trying to record it yesterday. I was opening the phone up on camera. I did something like this, and the phone ended up slipping out of my hand. I accidentally threw it towards the camera. It hit the tripod, fell on the hard tile floor, and that's when I thought it was game over. I thought the phone was broken somewhere, the camera lens, something. I thought something was gonna be broken, but sure enough, I mean, the phone turned out fine. It still looks brand new. You can't even tell that I dropped it those 2 times and pretty hard falls. Now, as far as the inside display goes, can't really tell you how durable that is, because that's one thing that I kind of like about this, that when it's closed, it's pretty much protecting that inside display. You know, it's not gonna be as durable as something like what we have on the S21 Ultra. It is a super thin glass, but like I said, it's not a thicker glass like what we have on these other devices. But for the most part, I mean, it is durable enough. It does feel good. It doesn't feel like plastic or anything like that. It does feel like I'm using a glass display. So as far as overall durability goes, I mean, I think it's pretty good for this style of device. Over to the right, when it's closed, you do have the power button and the volume rockers, but when it's open, they do tend to be a little bit high. At least for me, you know, I don't have the biggest hand, so I do kind of reach up if I do want to hit that fingerprint sensor and power button to unlock the phone. By the way, fingerprint sensor works great. Haven't had any problems with it yet. And then I got to reach even higher to access those volume rockers. And then over to the top, we got a microphone. Over to the left side, we have the not micro SD card slot, because this does not support an SD card, but you do have your SIM card slot. And then going down, nothing down towards the bottom, but down towards the bottom, you have the USB Type-C input, you got a microphone and the speaker. And speaking of the speakers, I did notice one thing while watching a video. I noticed the volume was a little low, so I turned it all the way up and the volume was still a little low, and that's because I was accidentally blocking the bottom speaker. This does not have stereo speakers, so if you're gonna be watching videos on this device, you wanna make sure just to kind of cup it like this, hold it like this. Don't hold it on the sides because you will potentially block that speaker on the bottom. There's no speaker on this side. I mean, yeah, you got the earpiece, but it doesn't act as another speaker to give you that, you know, stereo speaker system while watching videos. So that was kind of a bummer, I thought, at least in my opinion. I hope on the next lineup of, you know, Galaxy Z Flip devices that Samsung will give us that stereo speaker system on this device, because it just makes the viewing experience so much better. But speaking of the viewing experience, I mean, I say this in a lot of videos where I talk about Samsung devices. Samsung always brings the best displays to their smartphones, and I can't say anything different for this device. I mean, I think the display looks great. The colors just pop, nice and vibrant. It gets bright enough, at least for me, in my opinion. I think the display gets bright enough. As far as performance goes, I mean, it's super snappy, super smooth. And like I said, it's only been a couple of days, so of course I'm gonna continue, you know, testing it out to see if I run into any hiccups. But as of right now, over the past couple days, I mean, it's performing great. No, it doesn't have that 120 hertz of super smoothness. It is a 60 hertz display, but aside from that, I mean, it performs great, whether I'm going, you know, from home screen to home screen, you know, just scrolling through my app drawer, going in and out of apps, going through social media. I mean, it's performing great. Even when gaming, it handles gaming just fine. But one thing that I did notice after playing Call of Duty Mobile for about maybe 15-20 minutes, I did notice it start to heat up here at the top portion of the device. So it did start to heat up a little bit. So I'm not sure if that's going to continue to be a problem if I start gaming more, if it's going to get hotter, or if that's the hottest it will get. I mean, it wasn't super hot, but I did feel it start to heat up. So I'm kind of curious to see if it will heat up even more if I continue to game longer. But aside from that, I mean, it handles games just fine. And you know, Call of Duty Mobile, that is more of a heavier game. It's an online game. So I would expect it to kind of heat up the phone a little bit. But other than that, like I said, it's been handling it great. Performance has been great. Now, when it comes to battery life, I'm actually really surprised with the battery life on this device. It's a 3,300 milliamp battery, and it actually gets me through my entire day of usage. I didn't have to worry about throwing it on the charger midday. For a 3,300 milliamp battery, that is pretty good. And I mean, the phone is pretty thin, so I wouldn't expect it to have, you know, a huge battery or anything like that. But I also think it's because of that 60 hertz display. You know, it's not like the S21 Ultra or the Note 20 Ultra where, you know, it's powering a 120 hertz display plus that higher resolution. You know, that does tend to drain the battery a little bit faster. And this is just all based off of, you know, my average usage everyday. Average use, did I say that right? My average usage every day. So I wasn't heavily using the device, but I did take a couple of screenshots here of, you know, my past 2 days. One day I got 5 hours and 30 minutes of screen on time with 12% battery life left, so not too bad there. I got 4 hours and 1 minute of screen on time the next day with 31% battery life left. So like I said, it's been doing good. Now I will be doing one of my all-day battery drain tests with this phone, possibly tomorrow. So maybe the next day I will have that video uploaded for you guys, so we can really put the battery to the test when it comes to heavy usage on this device right here. Really curious to see how well it's gonna do, because so far I've been pretty impressed with battery life on this device. Now, if I close the device like this, over here to the front, yeah, I guess there's a front and the back, or the outside, next to the outer cameras, there's a tiny little display. It's gonna give you information like the time, the date, the battery percentage. If you swipe over to the left, you get to access your music. If you swipe over to the right, you get to access your messages, and you also get to use it as a viewfinder for taking something like selfies. So if I double press the power button here, it's going to open up the camera for me, and then it allows me to use those rear cameras to take selfie photos. So you can get, you know, the best quality photo when taking selfies. Because I mean, you can always use the inside camera if you really want to, but you're never gonna get the same quality that you will with the outer cameras, because the outer cameras are always going to be best. And like I said, all you gotta do is double tap. You can use that you can use that small display as a viewfinder. Now, you're not gonna be able to see, you know, everything that's going to be in the picture, but for the most part, you'll be able to kind of center yourself and see a little bit of what's going to be in the picture. I hope for the next lineup of Galaxy Z Flip devices that Samsung will give us more of a bigger screen that we can actually use to access stuff like other apps. Like what we have with the Galaxy Z Fold 2, you know, it can act as a regular phone, and then when I want to open it up and use it as a tablet, I could. And I know, you know, these are totally different devices. I'm not trying to compare here because you can't really compare them. They're two totally different devices that are meant for different things. But you know, it's kind of a bother sometimes where I have to pull up my phone and I have to use two hands to open this and start using the phone. It would be nice if I need to do something really quick, if I can just pull it out, start using that, you know, bigger, smaller display on the outside, but big enough to use. If I can be able to do that, do what I need to do real quick and just put it back in my pocket, that would be nice. Because it's not always the easiest where I have to pull it out and try to open it one hand, like boom, I kind of have to do that little number or kind of, you know, wedge it up with my finger just like that and use my chest or my stomach to open up the phone. It's not the easiest to open one hand. I mean, once you get the hang of it, it can probably start getting easier and easier for you. But with the phone being so slippery, you also have the risk of accidentally, you know, dropping it or letting it slip out of your hand. So for me personally, I try to use, you know, my second hand as much as possible. Unless I want to try to look cool, I'll be like, wham, bam, look at that. And then bam, just show it off to people. You know, it's, it's something really cool to show off. This phone is definitely a head turner. But I mean, other than that, I've really been enjoying this device. Like I said, this is just, you know, my first impressions. This isn't a full review. If there's something that maybe I didn't mention in this video, don't worry, I will cover it in other videos to come. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of that future content. But so far, I mean, the phone's been running great. The cameras are great. It's what you can expect in a Samsung device. You got your main camera and your ultra wide angle lens. You don't have a telephoto lens like what we have on the S21 Ultra. You don't get that super zoom, which would have been nice to have because I do have fun with that zoom lens. But you know what? Other than that, the cameras are great. I will be doing my 4K video test as well to really test out what video quality is like on this device. We can test out the microphone, see how well that picks up sound. So again, make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that content. But y'all let me know what you think about the Galaxy Z Flip 5G. If you have one, how's it treating you? How has it been holding up? Let me know down in the comment sections below. If you don't have one, is this a device you can possibly see yourself with? Thank you all so very much for watching. If you did like this video, make sure you give it a huge thumbs up. Make sure to hit that bell so you can turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any other future videos to come. Also hit that subscribe button. Thank you all so very much for watching. This is Josh Quinones. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.